All right, so Pinocchio and Goosebumps were both made like around the time I was like born, and like Jafar and the genie like are like red and blue genie that are in Aladdin. There's also like a sword in the stone aspect of that. So like I wonder if what's happening in like the people like the Cullets, like the Jasmine Cullets, like the people who are because like Jafar pretends to be Jasmine. So like there's a lot of people impersonating me that maybe are just Jafar impersonating Jasmine. So like that's a thing. But then I also wonder if there are people who were like the fairies and Snow and Sleeping Beauty who were like trying to mirror me so that they would know that like so that I could like figure out that Jafar was impersonating me. But then that got like meshed together or something. I don't really know. But like maybe that's what's happening is that like some of the people were trying to like take photos of themselves like mirroring me so that I would like figure out that Jafar was impersonating me, that I had my identity stolen or something. And that's like the fairies that are like turning the arrows into flowers. And so like maybe that's what's happening. And so maybe there's like people who I met who were actors, and so like their birthdays may not actually be their real birthdays. They might not actually have been like who they said they were when I met them, because that's the whole point. Is that like a lot of the people that I met were actors, but I didn't know that because they didn't tell me that this was like that they were making movies about me. Or like that I was being like headhunted by Disney or other corporations. So like I wonder if that's what was happening. So it's like these corporations were trying to get me to like do this trade or be their like apprentice or work for in this industry or in this industry or that one or whatever. And so like maybe that's what some of these lanterns are. It's like people who are trying to get me to like do that profession or learn that trade or something. And then like I am an artistic person, and so like that's what was like catching my eye. But like I think that's what was happening is that it's like the I think that some of the people that I met weren't actually they were actors, but just like Naminé and Kingdom Hearts. Like I think that that's kind of what was happening is that like I wasn't seeing them as mirrors, I was seeing them as people. So even if they were just like actors who like that's not their real birthday, like the birthday that they told me when I met them, or that's not their actual identity, maybe there are some of them in how far we've gotten now who want that to be their identity because that's the life that they enjoy now or something. And so maybe there's a Pinocchio aspect to that of like there are people who are like who want to like reconnect with me or something, but like maybe they know that they can't because they were an actor and and like the identity that they have that I knew them as wasn't real, and so like they have to tell me that that wasn't real and like who they actually are in order for me to like know them like now. And so maybe like that's kind of what's happening is there's like a Pinocchio aspect to that. And like there's probably people who are like, oh, I want to like talk to you, but like I'm not the person that you like thought I was, or like that like I told you I was because I was an actor. And so like maybe there's like they want to get Pinocchioed and be like, I am your friend and I'm real, but that's not my birthday. So like, but I think that could be how the birth month proposal works of like, because I know Danielle Fawn, for example, like the dam, like Daniel Radcliffe is like in Harry Potter, and then they introduced me to Danielle Fawn, like that's the dam in Frozen. That's what it is. Returning Mandragora returns people who have been petrified to their original state. That's why I like let the storm rage on because I got returned to my original state and I wrote the Desmond story. Because like Danielle Fawn was a real person, but like no, I didn't know that. And like Haley Fletcher isn't real. Like and like Olivia Delman are all me. Like all of those, they're all Madison. Can't you tell? Like all of those women were like me's or something. And so like I think that's what was happening. It's like this is retarded because people were trying to like my fucking stupid ass like nigger family. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be doing that. But like these fucking stupid ass like religious people were trying to like make these murals of girls and stuff and be like, oh, you're this girl. I'm like, no, I'm fucking not. I have a fucking like I do not have a fucking vagina. I'm just like I don't have a vagina. Like fuck off. And that's why it was so frustrating. And it's like I can see if people were like, oh, look up because like I was watching porn when I was a child. I was watching porn when I was like 14. Most people do. But I think the whole point of that is that that's like poison apple poison, and you're supposed to look up at like Christina Aguilera, "You Are Beautiful" song because like those boys are kissing in that song. It's like the green and blue boy and those songs are kissing. Because that's the point. Is that's what I actually am. Like I'm actually in love with my brother Dylan. Like that's the point of the story. But like I don't even actually care about Dylan that much. I mean I do like him. No, that's not true. I love Dylan. I love Dylan so much. But I'm not like I just Dylan is my brother. Like that's why it's so frustrating. Is because I'm like I was not even trying to do like this weird incest parent trap relationship. I was not trying to do any of that. But that's the whole point of why I wasn't watching Disney movies. They were trying to get my attention, and I was like, I don't do that. I was like, I don't do people getting my attention. It's like, say what you're gonna say or don't say anything. Like that's literally it. These are all things that could take 2 minutes, and they're taking like 30 years because you're a dumbass. And I'm just like, that's why Disney. That's the day you find out why, because you're fucking retarded. And I'm not. I wasn't a child then, and I'm not a child now. Like I was born like 30 years old. Like that's what's happening in the whole New World song. I was born at that level of maturity, at that age of maturity, and you wanted this like infant to like act like an infant, and I was like, well, some infants do that, but I wasn't like that. I'm not that kind of infant, so I'm not that kind of infant. So that's kind of what is happening. Is that it's like I was like really frustrated because I was like, you just like things are what they are, people are what they are. I was a baby that just happened to be born like with a 30-year-old brain, and you didn't want to accept that because like it was sad that this baby was like not like being a baby or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, well, you know what? A lot of things in life are sad. So it's like, sorry, but who cares? Like, sorry, but I'm not sorry. So like that's what was happening. Is that it's like it was just like really dumb. But I think that's kind of what's happening. Is that like there are people who like Pinocchio are like they have to acknowledge that they were lying about who they were because they're an actor. So that's what an actor's job is, to lie or to pretend to be something. And then it's like that's why religious people are such a nightmare burden. I'll say it again because there are some people whose profession it is to do that. There are some people whose profession it is to say things that are not accurate in a movie. And then like so when you try to like equate that to like the press or somebody saying misinformation in the press, that's not the same thing because journalistic integrity does not apply to an actor. That's the point. There's also a general consensus in society that the news is like intended to convey accurate information so that people know what is happening in life, and that the media, like the like entertainment media, is for entertainment so that people will know like so people will have things to do when they're in their boring ass heterosexual relationships that you force them to do because you're an idiot. So like that's what's happening, Christians. That's where we are right now, Christians. That's what Horace is telling you, Christians. That you're retarded. Like that your fucking stupid ass trash society and all these metal buildings is garbage. Like that's what's happening. And that's why nobody's impressed by it. That's why nobody ever was impressed by it. Because not only is it garbage, it's also ugly. Like it's ugly, it's unattractive, it's gaudy, it's gross. And so like, you literally like showed me Jerusalem probably, and I was like, that's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. You know what's not beautiful? America. You know what's not beautiful? The Big Apple. Like, you know what's not beautiful? Oh, Snow White, the Big Apple, poison. See? That's what it is. Like, that's like the evil queen being jealous. Like, because the Big Apple is just what it is. It's just a city. But you know what it also is? An ugly city. Like, it's a really ugly metal city. And it's just not attracting. It's super dumb. It's a giant, ugly metal eyesore of a city. But, you know, what's happening in America is in order for anybody to have any sort of like life that is not like slavey, they have to like pretend like ugly people aren't ugly. And they have to talk to ugly ass, like stupid ass illiterate people and tell them that they're not illiterate and ugly and stupid and worthless. And that's what happens. That's what America is. It's boxes going back and forth. It's ugly metal buildings, ugly metal glass buildings. But it's like where you people have freedom of speech generally, and it's where people can, you know, like not get murdered. And so like that's what's happening. It's like the Middle East is garbage because of their garbage religion, and America's garbage because it's fugly. And so it's like you can't have it both ways, or like nobody can have everything they want. Nobody can have it all. That's the whole point of the story. It's like either you're a slave burning up in the sun in the Middle East with like a stupid ass bullshit religion, or you're like a fucking stupid ass like American who like has to like a stupid ass fat American who has to like tell ugly fat women that they're not ugly. So it's like everybody's stuck between a rock and a hard place. That's just what life is, babe. It's sad, but it's accurate. Like that's what it is. But anyway, so like the Pinocchio thing, I think that there are some people who are like who like are like want to know me on the level of like we're aware now that you are aware that this is fake and that like there are these actors who were trying to get you to care about like things that happen on like television screens. Like they were probably like, why does like there were probably people who were like, why isn't he like try to like have some like legal recourse for like these things that are being filmed? And it's like, well, is it real or is it not? Also, were the people being properly compensated? Because it's about the actors, because the actors are human beings. I don't care what happens to the characters. You can murder all like a billion characters in a movie if you want to. That's fine. 'Cause it's not real. It's fiction. And you guys wasted all this time and energy and this money that you want to bitch at everybody about. You guys wasted all of this energy and time and money that's fake. You're trying to get people to care about like your daughter's fake life. It's not even a fantasy. Fantasies are awesome. Her fake reality bullshit life. That's why I deleted that MTV thing that was in the server because it was garbage. That's why. That's why people delete garbage because it shouldn't have existed in the first place. Like I think that's what was happening. Is that it's like I think that's literally what it is. Is that it's like there are people who like were impersonating me like Jafar, and so like that's where we have to like the police and the press have become aware of that. It's like those people are going to prison, and then like the like that's the red Pinocchio thing, and then like the blue people that were like had fake birthdays or whatever. It's like those people are gonna go wake up and be like into Novera and be like, I'm alive and I'm your friend, and I'm like sweet. So let's put all of these niggers in prison, and then all like let's put the like abusers in prison. We won't call them niggers, but let's put all the abusers in prison, and they're the red people. They're going to prison, and then we're gonna have all of the blue people wake up, and then like you're gonna be in the Novera. You're gonna wake up in November in the Novera, and it's gonna be awesome. And it's gonna be fun, and everybody's gonna be like, "Wow, that was really simple. That was a really simple solution to a problem that didn't need to happen in the first place." But yeah, that's what it is. America's ugly. It's bugly. It's bugly and metal, and it's stupid, and it's gross, and it. The only value that it has is that people aren't like getting as murdered as they are in other places on Earth. That's literally it. But it's ugly. It's ugly as hell, and it's garbage and it's trash. But yeah, so that's what it is. It's awesome. Um, the Jafar people are going to prison. And then like so that's how the birthday proposal can work. So if you had a fake birthday when you met me, but like now you're Pinocchioing and you're waking up in Novera, just go off of the birthday that you told me when I met you, and that's just your Pinocchio thing, and that's how it's gonna work now.